Beaufort season. Revelation to complete the lineup. 1700 meters for the opening leg of today's pick six. Sweltering day out here at the Vaal. All in. Gates open up and they fired away from that 1700 meter marker. Early on, Frappuccino began well with Beaufort C up in the vanguard too. AP Emblem shows pace. Wider out, Captain Marooned is looking for that lead and coming across from Tier 2. Behind that, Road to Indy, also from a wide draw, is also in a handy spot, followed by Champions Cup. Then comes towards their inside, Icy Avalanche, followed by Frappuccino. Then Caracal, who's 6 or 7 lengths off the leader. Tobago, Olive Garden and Go Fly a Kite as the trailer as they head up towards the home turn in the 1000. They've gone past the 1200 with Captain Marooned a length and a half clear. Of second and Tier 2. Revelation is up in that third position, the red and white colours, and Champions Cup is back in fourth. Along the inside is Beaufort C. That race is about 4 lengths off the leader. They're followed by Road to Indy and Icy Avalanche. Then Frappuccino towards their inside. AP Emblem's got 6 or 7 to find with Caracal behind that. Tobago, Olive Garden being held up at the back end of the field, and Go Fly a Kite is the trailer. As they run down to the last 600 meters, Captain Marooned is tackled by Revelation now, who's got the early wake-up call. Behind that one, Mtetu. Then comes Icy Avalanche. Road to Indy's in a pocket, still got 5 lengths to track down. Then Caracal. Beaufort sees towards their inside now as they run down with 300 meters left to go. Revelation has picked up the lead from Captain Marooned and Icy Avalanche. Beaufort C. Road to Indy's under a stick on the outside, got 4 lengths to make up. Beaufort C's coming home strongly at Revelation now. Beaufort C is about to hit the front with Revelation trying hard, but Beaufort C has got it. Beaufort C goes on to beat Revelation. Road to Indy has come out third best. And behind that one, Icy Avalanche. And then came along the inside, Frappuccino and AP Emblem. Well, apprentice Kelvin Habib deserves all the rewards here because he just sat and waited and waited and waited, and he was full of run on Beaufort C. The son of Fort Worth, Gary Alexander, is owned by Mrs. Vaal Davidson, and it comes home the best of all to beat to Strike and Revelation. Road to Indy was caught up in all sorts of issues. He just didn't want to get going. He was crowded. It seemed like he was claustrophobic between horses. But once he got out on his own, he tended to run on. And it was late in the day when he comes up into third here. He's lucky to have run a place. I think Weisheng realised he wasn't enjoying it between horses there. Comes out for third. Fourth will go to Icy Avalanche. Then Frappuccino. Go Fly a Kite and AP Emblem were further back. So the winner will be number 1, Beaufort C, having his 13th racecourse appearance. A tremendous ride here by the young apprentice Kelvin Habib, who's probably up to see his folks here in Johannesburg. Well done to them, and to Vaal Davidson, Gary Alexander, the breeders, the Lammascroll stud. He's out the maiden ranks, and well done to all concerned. Beaufort C beats Revelation, Road to Indy, Icy Avalanche, and Frappuccino. The numbers for race 3, 1, 2, 11, 15, and 9.
Race number 3, the opening leg of the pick 6, and a bit of an upset on the cards. Number 1, Beaufort C, the 4-year-old son of Fort Worth, appreciating the drop-in trip. He had the luxury of the 4-kilo claimer, young apprentice Kelvin Habib, taking the mount from a good draw, a patient ride, sneaking up on the inside rail, and got there when it matters aboard number 1, Beaufort C. Now getting it right at attempt number 13. Number 2, Revelation under Pierre Stratum. Nice value as well, 12 to 1 if you're Pierre Stratum follower. Nice value for the place there for the Louis Goosen yard. Number 11, Road to Indy, just started to run on quite late in the pick 6. Will do enough for place accumulator tickets though, so well done there. And number 15, which is Icy Avalanche, the reserve runner, stays on for quartets. So the numbers, race number 3, 1, 2, 11 and 15.
And returning to the winners' enclosure for the third race, number 1, Beaufort C. Well done to the Gary Alexander Racing Stables, and to the winning apprentice Kelvin Habib, a pick-up ride for him aboard the 4-year-old bay gelding by Fort Wood out of the City Dancemet Travel in front. Played a waiting game on the rail. It travelled full of horse, did Beaufort C, down to the last 200 metres. Produced to collar Revelation close to home. So it's Beaufort C, the winner. 13th time of asking. Well done to Lammerscroll Stud, the accredited winning breeders, and winning owners, Mrs. Vaal Davidson. Second was 2, Revelation. Third to 11, Road to Indy. Fourth was 15, Icy Avalanche. And fifth to number 9, Frappuccino. Well done to the winning connections of Beaufort C.
Beaufort C out the maidens at the 13th attempt, and Calvin Habib, the winning jock. And you know something about this race, this horse, Mr. Fortune, 6 times, couldn't get it out of the maidens. Mr. Striker, 1 chance, couldn't get it out of the maidens. There you are, well done.
Thank you very much. You know, I do have the claim 4, so they could have helped the horse a little bit. But I really need to thank Mr. Khan. Mark Khan, he phoned me and he gave me strict instructions how to ride this horse, and thank God it all went to plan.
Lovely, and he came back in trip. You think that helped him? He went a mile and a half last time. He's back to 1700 today.
Yeah, you know, the pace was on nicely and he had a good position, so everything just fell into hand. I need to thank Mr. Alexander for giving me the chance as a pickup rider, and he put all the trust into me. He said, just go out there and have a good race. Yeah. And I got to thank him. Got to thank my sponsors, Hyper Paint. They've always been loyal to me, and thank God we had another winner.
Because you got that split on the inside rail, you bumped through, you went on that inside, and you had it won about 150 out, I would say.
Yes, no, 150 out. I knew I had it won. I just had to push him just to make sure.
Lovely, nice win.
Thank you very much.
Calvin. Now then, I have to tell you about this story because I'm sat outside the wagon room, I'm doing nothing, and along comes Gary. He says, I'll be in the first 3 here, and I nodded wisely. Well done, absolutely spot on.
Thanks, Dave. You know, the stable's well, thank God, and we've got to thank God for that. We're just having such a nice season, and of course, when your horses are well, you can't leave them out.
Yeah, but you've got to look at this race. They had one horse cost $2.5 million, another one 500,000. There are a lot of 3-year-olds. You'd look at your horse, you've had 12 attempts to get out the maidens. Here are some up-and-coming young horses, so that's what you've got to be pleased about this afternoon.
Oh, very much so. I thought we had a chance in the first 3. I wasn't that confident that we were going to win it, but thank God, and good luck to Vaal Davidson. You know, she's been around horses a long time. It's nice to have a nice horse. And of course, Calvin rode a great race.
Yeah, this kid, he claimed his good value for his 4 kilos today, I think.
Oh, you know, we're sitting, and the instructions were sit as long as possible. And, you know, you were still sitting. I thought, well, he's riding a good race, a bit overconfident. But, he had a bit of horse underneath him.
He did indeed, and he got the result, eh?
Thanks, Dave.
Well done, Gary. Well done there to Gary and Dean, the number 1 Beaufort C, the son of Fort Wood, bred at Lammerscroll Stud. And the Mike Rattray Lammerscroll Stud there bred this fella. And Calvin Habib, your winning jockey, Calvin Habib. 2, Revelation ran second. 11, Road to Indy will have saved some PAs into third. And then came the 15, Icy Avalanche.